Hi again. From the last time I spoke about web performance and what our marketing tech unit does. So from that came up to do like a presentation on AMP. This is a project that I've worked on in the frame of marketing. So this is actually the first time I'm presenting AMP. I wrote a post about it that I will show you a little bit later what I did, but for now, I hope that by the end of this, you will know more about accelerated mobile pages. So when in need, you might consider using it. So before I start, I want to introduce myself. I'm Ilan, I'm 34 years old, married, plus one recently turned into 4-year-old boy, and another baby girl on the way. I got into front-end development at around 2008, and I'm writing JavaScript and PHP since then. These days, I mainly write PHP and JavaScript for our WordPress assets, like the blog, the tech blog, help, news, and marketing podcasts. So SEO and performance practices like fast loading, cross-browsing, user experience, and search engine ranking are in high priority. So let's talk about AMP. On February 2016, AMP project was introduced by Google as an open source website. It's a publishing technology that was designed to improve content and advertisements. This became a priority in SEO practices, but the thing is, it wasn't like so easy to make the shift and start making AMP pages like all other SEO practices, such schema.org or adapting to new HTML semantics. On that note, let's talk about what we're going to cover today. So we'll understand what AMP is, why we need it, and what is the goal that we want to reach. We will also see how it works, some examples, and learn how to get started, and hopefully see some live code. So let's jump in. So AMP is an open source HTML framework. It provides a way to create a fast and smooth loading mobile pages. If I'll sum up AMP into 2 words, it might be less JavaScript. So the reason for that is that JavaScript takes a toll on websites' performance and experience. Basically, our goal is to let people find us on mobile search results by ranking high. And when one enters to the website, we want to give him a fast and smooth experience. Here are some steps that you can do to make it happen. So one, we need to create an HTML5 that contains HTML and CSS. The HTML file must include AMP tags. For example, an IMG tag will be replaced with an AMP IMG tag. That means that some of the elements will be converted to special AMP tags. 2, we need to connect the 2 pages, the regular page and the AMP page, and then telling Google that we have an AMP version of that page, and then Google will cache it. So on the search result, you will see the AMP version of your website and not your mobile responsive version of your website. If your website is hard-coded, the AMP page will also be hard-coded. So make sure you choose what page you want to AMP'd. And if you're using a certain CMS like WordPress, you will want to use a plugin like I did on my project on the blog, which we'll see in a bit. So let's begin with the basics. So AMP HTML is a subset of HTML for authoring content pages. Being a subset of HTML puts some restrictions on the full set of tags and functionality on HTML, but it doesn't require any development for new rendering engines. So basically, existing user agents can render AMP HTML just like any other HTML. Also, AMP HTML documents can be uploaded to the web server and served just like any other HTML document. No special configuration is necessary. However, they are also designed to be optionally served through specialized AMP serving system that proxy the documents. These documents serve them from their own origin and are allowed to apply transformation to the document that provides an additional performance benefits. So let's get to the live examples. I hope you like the image. As a Big Bang fan. Okay. Cool. So the first one I want to show you is actually the project that we did on the blog. I'm going to show you by showing you the post that I've written on the blog that is AMP'd. Second. Okay, so this is I'm going to put it here. This is the post I wrote on how to implement AMP on WordPress and how we did it. You can go in and look at it if you want. So this is a regular post on the blog. Have some links, have some content, some images, and not really special. The special thing is the widget that we're going to talk later. And if you want to see, if we want to see the AMP version, I'm just going to write AMP at the end, which on hard-coded version basically will be a folder that's called AMP and an index.html file inside, which hold this. So this is the version of the AMP file, which is a bit different than if I go just to the mobile version of my post. This is just a responsive version, and this is the AMP version. So you see it's a bit different, right? It has different structure, a little bit different structure, and the header is a little bit different, and the menu actually, the CSS looks quite the same, but not really the same. And the reason is that you want to make the AMP version as looked as the same as you can with the other version, with the regular version that you have. So there won't be much differences there. The only thing here that I'm using just AMP, I'm using AMP practices here. So for example, for this menu to open as like off canvas from the right, I'm not using JavaScript. I'm using AMP script. I'm going to show you in a second what it means. So this is how the AMP version looks like. And the real deal, actually, the thing is that if I'm going to Google, I'm going to search. I'm going to search how to implement AMP on WordPress, which will be can be a regular query. Let's do it on mobile, of course. Again, on iPhone 5, for example, this is just a simulation. Okay, so I see some results. And I'm here about the fourth from the top, which I don't know if it's like fair, because this is like, it could be exact query, but people can search it. So this is my post, and you will see the light bolt here. The light bolt here means that this page has an AMP version, like here and like here. This is like, this is served by Google. And when I'm saying served by Google, what I mean is when I'm clicking my post, first, you see the different header from my page. There is like another layer of what they put, of their rendered HTML. And also you see that the page is served from Google. So what makes it fast loading is that Google actually caches all the AMPs, as we spoke in the slides, and served it from their cloud, from their cache. So you see the google.com AMP, and then you see my page. And this is basically the page I've written, nothing different here, just this top part and the fact that it's cached by Google. So it's loading really fast. I can show you that, I don't know if it's on the network tab, you can see that if let's load it again. Sorry. So it took 450 milliseconds to load the DOM, and the actual load was 1 second 27, which is 50% faster than the regular page that you're going to load. Also, you can put like the widget, the AMP widget. There is a version of AMP widget, which Aurelie will talk about. And yeah, this is the blog project. So we've seen that we have the regular page, we have the AMP page, and the AMP cached result from the Google search queries page. So the next thing I want to show you is actually when we go to AMP, what can we do? Like, what are the actual components and tags that we can use? Okay, so components. So here we have, as you see, everything starts with AMP dash. I'm gonna take an example. You can filter and see, like, there is thousands and thousands of examples of what you can do. You can do an app banner, an accordion, lightbox, slider, gallery. Everything is AMP'd, and you don't need to develop it. You're just using it. For example, the AMP carousel. AMP carousel is basically a carousel that you can create, and you just need to put the reference to the AMP carousel script. It's a JavaScript file that is like made by the AMP project, and you put the HTML with the correct selectors and the correct element and correct attributes. You put AMP IMG, as you see. We don't put IMG. And there it is. You have a slider. You have all sorts of sliders you can choose. And also you can manipulate it, like put some images, you can put content. You don't need to be strict with what you put inside, but how you put it, it should be restricted. So the cool part about AMP that they give you also a playground. And in the playground, you can play with it and put whatever you want. And if I change it, you will see it's changed. And you can play with it just as any HTML editor that you're using. And also here you have a list and a search, and you can search which component you want to use. You can put an audio if you want. And you have the code how to put it. You see AMP audio. So what I'm trying to say here, that you have an answer for almost every need that you want. The thing about JavaScript, that you can't really put straightforward JavaScript as you please. You need to declare about it. So as they put, like here, a script and JavaScript, you need to put an AMP script. I'm going to show you what AMP script means. Let's see if I can find it here. AMP script. So here, yeah, you have some kind of idea, but you put AMP script, and you need to put the layout and the source file and a class, and then you can use it. You can use it inside. And then whatever the file means, you can put, like, you can use the HTML, and you can control the HTML that inside the AMP script with the script that you've written in the file. You need to be careful with that, because you want to write simple scripts, not something too heavy. It will be loaded in a way that it won't interfere with performance, but you need to make sure that your script is fair. So this is a happy note on us developers, that we can put third-party, let's say, JavaScript, but we need to make sure what's written there. So the next thing I want to show you is some examples. Let's go back. Yeah. The playground is really neat. So you have the components, you have design and layouts. You have advanced stuff like auth to login and multi-page flow, and like you have everything, almost everything that you wanna achieve. And this is the place that you can try. I would suggest to start with a template. There is like a few templates that you can use. Actually, quite a few. And if it's for a gallery, it's for if it's for a blog, if it's for e-commerce, whatever you want, you can use. You can jumpstart with a template, and the template is already AMP. Like, so you can actually make your whole website or your whole page or your landing page AMP from the start. And yeah, the last thing I want to show you is almost the most important part of using AMP. It's the AMP validator. Basically, AMP validator will give you an idea if you wrote the AMP correctly or not. You can put the HTML and you can put the actual URL. Now I will try to put the AMP page I did, and I hope it won't scream at me. At first, you always get errors. Let's validate and okay, cool. So it passed. So that means that the HTML, the AMP HTML is correct and nothing needs to be fixed here, but you will see errors and it's very specified. You can see the error very quickly, and then you can fix it. So this is like an overall view of what AMP is. I hope you got the sense of what AMP is. Like in conclusion, one second, let me go back. Right. Sorry, I need to get my slide back. Yeah, so in conclusion, when you want to promote your web asset and you want to really to make it rank high and perform and have a great performance, AMP is a mile worth running. It's a little bit bumpy at the start, but as you get go, you see it's more easy, and it's really at the end it brings great results. So use AMP. That's it.